Hello everyone, I am Andrew with Neck Deep Media. I'm here with Lemuria, who are enjoying their first meal of the day.
I love the way you pronounce that.
Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah, there's multiple ways to pronounce it. That's one of them.
Well, what's your favorite way to pronounce it then?
Well, I think that's my favorite, the way you just pronounced it. But the way that we all pronounce it is Lemuria.
Lemuria, okay.
It's probably...
Okay.
It's not as nice.
Wait, how do you pronounce it?
Lemuria?
That's how most people pronounce it. I think that's the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You really emphasize the "yeah" though. I like that. Like, it's really...
U is a
Lemuria.
cool letter. People don't use it enough. People really don't use it enough. So I actually, in doing some research, came across that Lemuria or Lemuria, whichever, was actually an ancient land as well. What was the thought process behind taking that into the name of the band?
Well, it just, I was reading books about Atlantis and Lemuria, Max, at the time, and just really, like, got excited about all the weird conspiracies that revolved around it. There's a lot of people. It's funny, actually, Tom from the Menzingers he does like a daily, like, fact of the day on the sheets that they send out for all information in the shows, and he talked about one of the facts today was that there's a group of people in Mount Shasta that there's people that they believe that people of Lemuria are living deep in the Mountain Shasta. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I didn't get that far down the
There's a lot
Wikipedia page.
There's so many different theories. There's a lot of, like, shape-shifting reptile people theories and stuff like that, but really it's just a sunken continent in the
Well, that's
Pacific
pretty
Ocean.
cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I thought I had no idea what it was until I was doing some research before the interview, as a proper journalist should.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that popped up was nothing to do with the band and everything to do with the sunken
You'll,
world.
like, find, like, mermaids and stuff. And,
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So that caught my attention. So anyway, moving forward, you guys are right around the middle of this tour, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How you guys holding up? Is everything pretty solid? How's everyone been?
I was hangry until right now.
Why angry?
Hangry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. We have been I think we're just trying to haul ass to get to California right now. So it's like a lot of long drives. Not very much sleep.
It's still pretty early, though.
Yeah,
We're only about a
it is
weekend.
still early.
Okay.
The shows have been amazing, though. Every show has been packed. The crowds have all been really nice. We're all in good spirits.
That's wonderful. Yeah, tonight's show is sold out as well, so that's sure to be a wonderful experience for you guys, for everyone in the crowd. I know I'm excited as well.
It's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
It's definitely going to be fun.
Yeah, we just played a in-store over at Saki Records, and even that was, like, pretty packed and, like, pretty awesome. So
Yeah, I actually heard about that today as well, and was going to actually plan on asking you guys how it went, but you beat me to the punch.
There it
You already
is.
got me.
That's the
Already
inside
got me.
scoop.
So that was fun today. Does playing more than twice in a day, does that take any effect on the difficulty it is to sing and play and hit notes or anything? I know some musicians have a hard time with it.
I don't know. It's probably different day to day, kind of depending on, like, the scenario, like the drive and, like, what all's involved in, like, doing the shows. Today, I was actually really grateful to have the 2 shows in one day because we had to get up super early from Pittsburgh to drive here.
Oh, wow.
And so we just spent, like, 9 hours in the van, and I just felt like a good way to immediately get out of the van, get some exercise, play a show real quick, sweat, pack everything back up, and then come here. So, like, I feel warmed up for the show tonight as opposed to exhausted for it. But
Well, that's
I don't know if that's a general consensus.
That's
Yeah.
excellent.
I agree.
It's always good to have a nice amount of rest and be ready to rock and roll, literally rock and roll. I know that there's a lot of things that you miss while you're on the road, not only with people and things back home, but also conveniences that a lot of people have every day, like bathing every day and beds every day. Does that ever seem to bother you or make you want to second guess or think differently about what you do?
I think sometimes, I mean, definitely you miss your own bed and you miss your home and being able to just like sit on a couch and watch some Netflix, you know, or crank out a show, you know. But one thing about being on tour that I like is like even like when you're in the car and you're like kind of got nothing to do but look out the window, it's like you're in motion and you're like going towards something and you feel like every second feels like you're doing something productive. So I really like that about it. Like I wouldn't really give it up for anything. Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Wonderful answer. So I'm going to dig a little bit deeper here and get kind of weird.
Let's get weird.
Not super weird, just enough weird.
You can get as weird as you want.
So on the vast interwebs that we have in this wonderful
I
technological
love the
day and
internet.
age,
I love the internet.
there are quite a few varying arguments involving whether or not it's sexist to say female-fronted band or the way that bands with females are treated differently. Like, does that ever come into effect with you guys? Does it get offensive to say female-fronted? I feel like I might pass this on to you, Sheena.
We're not a female-fronted band because we have more than one vocalist that is
Okay.
also lead. So I feel like to call our band female-fronted isn't accurate anyways. But yeah, I mean, we never view things in terms of male or female on the road. I don't think. I mean, I think we're all here for the same reason, and we don't. Nothing about our band has anything to do with the fact that there's a girl in it.
Internally, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's never something that we like. Yeah, it's not like a factor internally, but externally, the way like I don't know. Just thinking about the past week, there have been a couple different comments that have been like pretty fucking lame.
Yeah.
From like random dudes on the street, random drunk people, just like yeah.
But I'm not in a band with them, and I get to tell them to fuck off. So that's cool.
That is cool.
Thank you.
Am I allowed
well-
to swear?
What? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's the internet. You can do whatever you want. So, I mean, that's a good thing, and I tend to view it the same way, but there's obviously, like, a lot of controversy. A lot of people just like to cause controversy.
Well, it's definitely an interesting topic that's being discussed right now because there's a lot of different. There are many different viewpoints on it, and I think that the conversation is really interesting because it's shifted recently to be a lot of people internally that are talking about, a lot of people that are living, experiences of being in bands with mixed genders, and so it's definitely been an interesting topic to see.
Absolutely.
Have so much attention paid to it.
And people are always going to have opinions and be aggravated and want to fight about it, but really the only people that it does affect are you guys who are actually living it. So, I mean, it's, again, something you just kind of have to take with a grain of salt, I suppose.
It's just like who you choose to surround yourself with, and I mean, obviously we like being around each other. So
That's always a good thing.
everyone's equal in that situation. But yeah.
I think, yeah, too, there's a fine line between, like, acceptance and equality and then over-pushing that to pandering to someone or something else. And I think that's where people get upset and there's angry internet comments and all that other garbage, besides the fact that people just like to argue. So that's definitely a big factor. So I'm going to totally step in a different direction now, if that's cool with you guys. That was a nice little deep chat we had there. I'm glad we did it. You guys have released quite a few 7 inches and splits and other things, and have been working with Bridge 9 Records for quite some time now as well. And I know that you have a full length that is soon to come out or has come out already. Has come out already.
We released a full length about a year ago.
Okay. Wow. I am behind. Okay. It really doesn't feel like that long.
It's
And-
yeah, it's kind of been a flash for us. I mean, we've
Yeah.
done a lot of touring on it, and like, no, done a lot of
Right.
stuff in the past year. It's been fun.
Yeah, I mean, despite how it sounds too, I actually have been following along, but it just seems like days instead of months, you know.
Oh, for sure.
But what has the result been after the 7-inch? What is it, or after the full length? Excuse me, and then what do you think is a pro and con of releasing quite a few singles and smaller releases, and then compared to a larger release? What are the differences in effects that you've seen from people, differences internally with you guys? I know a lot of people like to release smaller stuff and just get a bunch of music out faster to people, whereas waiting for a full length can also be really beneficial because you can compile one giant idea and really delve deep into it. So what do you guys think has been the best experience, and not just for you guys, but for people who are fans of the band and things like that?
Well, I like to not release albums like every year. I like to like give some space, have time to have some experiences, so we have more things to write about. But at the same time, you know, like I think with like media and the speed of it, it's like you kind of keep people's attention. So it's good to like release like, you know, song here or there, 7-inch, or sometimes you just have it one song or two songs or cover or something like that, and you just want to put something out, you know, and not have to think, you know, like a big concept, like, you know, as an album. So I don't know, just trying to spread things out and keep people's attention in between albums, and it's kind of the idea of the 7-inch.
And what's it like writing between the two? Obviously, you're writing all the time. It's what you do when you're a songwriter and a musician, but does it usually tend to be when you're on the road, you get a song idea here and there and write it all down, kind of compose it and decide, let's release this right now and get a 7-inch out to people, and then when you're home for a bigger chunk of time, is that when album writing tends to happen, or am I completely off base here?
No, it's always different. Like, all three of us will have like different little snippets of ideas for songs, you know, whether it's, you know, lyrics or just a guitar part or drum part and stuff like that. And then, you know, when we all get time together, then we like, well, a lot of times just like lock out a bunch of days and just like dedicate that all to like working on new music, and we'll just kind of pull from those places that we've like, you know, put aside little demos or little, you know, hints at what we're gonna do, or food. So it's always kind of different. Most of ours, there's no like one way that we write a song. It all kind of comes from a different angle.
Cool. And now moving further down with that topic. Sorry, don't wanna wire up your food there. When you guys are at home or wherever you record, how do you like to record, and the process? I know every musician has a different kind of way that they like to do things. A lot of people self-record and do that. A lot of people, obviously, most people use producers, but everyone has their own comfort zone. What's kind of the way that you guys like to take songs, conceptualize, and put them into an actual physical piece of music?
We have like our own kind of traveling Pro Tools setup that we use to demo songs with. I don't know. Our songwriting methods together is always kind of evolving and changing, as is our recording ideals and all those sorts of things. So at the moment, I think that, you know, what we enjoy doing is using our like 8-channel Pro Tool setup, and we'll demo stuff together like that, and then we'll take that and then we'll do like vocal harmonies over that, and then, you know, lay that stuff in later. I know when I'm on my own, I still use a Tascam Porta Studio 4-track. I just like the way it sounds. It's like super easy to use, and I don't have to like get out the full computer setup and everything to use it. But as far as like recording like records go, I think that we like doing the demos so that we can give a lot of thought and time to the songs, and not like, you know, and basically like have a dry run of it before we actually go into a studio.
Absolutely.
But I think that we do all enjoy and sometimes crave the input of a producer or of somebody in a recording setting that has like an objective opinion on the songs that we can take and we can use or we can throw out. So I think we had a great experience with Jay Robbins doing that on the last record, and I'm not sure if we'll be going back to him for the next record, just to switch it up. But like I think that we'll be looking for something similar to our relationship with him, in that it was very much just like, oh, here's some ideas, and we could either be like, oh, that's awesome, yeah, let's run with that and see where that takes us, or we could be like, nah,
we like this way better. We're gonna do this way.
And it was just like it was just like an open conversation and like a very good back and forth between the lot of us for the whole writing process, which is cool.
Are you guys all there in the studio the whole time it's being done? Like,
Yeah.
Are you making sure everyone is getting their shit together?
Yeah. I mean, occasionally, we take breaks
Food runs and
sometimes,
stuff,
like food
yeah.
runs. Like I'll go to yoga class during the last record. I think Sheena, you were working a little bit. So, but we're all there. I mean, we're all like very, very involved in the process.
Right.
We're all putting our ear to the tracks and saying like, this tone is bad. Like kind of, across the board. Like I'm listening to the drum tones as much as Alex is listening to guitar tones, as much as Sheena's listening to bass tones. So.
Well, very cool.
Your ticket.
Oh.
So, we'll wait. That's cool.
Thanks.
So, now speaking of like when you're writing on the road and demoing, and you have that portable Pro Tools set up and everything, when you guys are actually doing the recording stuff, are you mostly doing it in the green room? Are you doing it in the van? How does that work?
Oh, well, the portable Pro Tool setup that we have is mostly for like when we all get together, because we all live in different places.
Right.
So we'll take it, most recently we took it to where Alex is from, Alcotville.
Okay.
And set it up in his mom's garage. And just stay there for a week and recorded a bunch of stuff. Right now on the road, I think if anything, we're just recording stuff into our phones. I actually just got I just got this Allen Heath 4-channel mixer that has like a stereo input for a computer. So I'm hoping that we can start using that. We'll start coming up with ideas. It's kind of been, I think recording on tour collectively might be kind of a new thing that we're experimenting with.
Right.
But we'll see if that happens, because the past week has been like pretty insane shows and kind of
you're
nonstop.
Busy as it is already between driving and.
Yeah.
I was just curious because in my head it was like, well, we have this with us. Let's just use it right now.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean there's.
I feel like it must be. I don't really know how bands could write on the road unless you have days off and you're like, you have time that you set aside to do it. But also, I feel like some of the bands that might write be on like buses where they're not driving and where they can just like noodle around all day, and like.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean we're driving. We're like.
But I mean,
yeah.
Because I'll write like riffs in the green room while we're waiting. Not anything that we will use probably, but I'll just I don't know. It's possible. It's hard to fully indulge in an idea and like write a full song, because we never have an opportunity to like fully set up. Yeah, but it's like we could I don't know. I speaking for myself, like I can definitely like passively write while just like sitting in the green room, just like strumming guitar or whatever. Because
Okay. Well, that's cool. I was just curious as how it went. I don't have any like concept in my brain of how it would work, and I know with everything else going on, I definitely wouldn't have the attention span to be doing that one other thing on top of playing, driving, sound checking, sometimes sleeping.
I think if anything, probably more so lyrics, like get written.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, I did have one last question, if I could just remember it. It got replaced in my mind by the recording on the road.
it's impressive that you like don't have any notes and you've just been going like.
I used to take notes a lot, actually, and have it sitting on my lap. And then I realized I'd rather just go off ideas or concepts and kind of run it more like a conversation. It's just more interesting that way. I'm not asking you guys really bland questions, and we'll roll off of what you guys say instead of me running down a list and you guys spitting out a little soundbite. It's less fun that way. And I used to do it that way, but it's easier when you make it a conversation. enjoy yourself. And now I'm back to my question. That was wonderful. That was a nice little segue we had there. So, you mentioned earlier that while you guys were recording last time, Sheena, you were working too. Obviously, with a lot of touring bands, most of the most touring bands are not just playing music for a living. It's harder and harder the more that that time goes by. What do the rest of you guys do for work when you're at home, when you're not constantly on the road?
I produce a festival called Fun Fest in Austin.
Oh, wow,
And,
that's so cool.
Yeah, so I'm kind of working on that year round, and then I go home and I take some time during the year and I do that. But that's my other main gig besides Lemuria.
I have a screen printing shop called RG Bargy Printing, so it prints like all the Lemuria shirts and stickers, and then on top of that, like random, construction company sweatshirts and towels,
Right.
Stuff like that. But it's just spaced out of my 2-car garage, so that's what I do.
Very cool.
I don't currently have a job, so I was doing a bunch of random stuff, like selling things on the internet and making cakes for people. But sometime I'll find something.
Maybe. Maybe. So we're rearing towards the end right now. I don't want to keep you guys completely away from your food for too much longer. But I hope you guys have enjoyed sitting down and having a nice chat with me. I've definitely enjoyed myself as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing your set tonight.
Sweet.
What can you tell me? One last thing. What is the next thing that we can expect from you guys? You finish this tour a month from now or so, and then you're heading back home for another little spout of dates. Am I correct?
Right, yeah, at the end of the tour we have like 10 days. It's us and kind of like spitting.
Okay.
Kind of on like doing like East Coast shows.
Okay. Cool. And is there anything after that we can expect from you?
Probably start recording a new album next year. But
Yeah.
And probably, like a headliner. You say headliner tour this winter, I'd say.
Yeah, we're working on something for December.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and be out like all of December. But yeah, in the meantime, I think we're still trying to decide if we're gonna do like an LP next year or if we're gonna do some singles. But we're writing either way, so we're figuring it out.
Well,
But
excellent.
We're doing stuff.
It's always good to do stuff.
Yeah, I love doing stuff.
Doing not stuff sucks.
It totally sucks.
Feel
Yeah.
worthless. Why feel worthless when you could do stuff?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we can conclude this wonderful interview. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew.